It's a new year, and although New Year's resolutions are often a bit cliche, there is something about heading into a new year that brings feelings of change and personal growth. I found myself really wanting to do some decluttering and organizing in the last few days, which included going through a lot of the toys and sorting through them, figuring out which ones are actually played with and which ones tend to get forgotten, and then deciding which ones will stay and which will go. A lot of our toys were bought secondhand, and so I didn't invest tons of money into them. The new ones that came from birthdays and Christmases will stay, but we've started doing toy rotation, and so some stay out in the living area in a basket now, while the rest are stored away. And I will switch them out every few days so that there's always something new and exciting to play with, rather than everything being out at once and it being too overwhelming. I recently quit my part-time job, and although I found another job, the hours I work are much more casual. And so as we head into the new year, I'm really trying to train myself to start being more wise with our money and figuring out what things are really important to buy for our family, as we are now choosing to be a bit lower income right now. After my maternity leave ended and I headed into a part-time job, I found myself increasingly less content with life. I had gotten so used to being a stay-at-home mom and finding joy in the little everyday tasks like doing the grocery shopping, baking homemade bread, laundry, tidying up the house, taking care of my daughter, and trying out new recipes to make for dinner without the extra weight of being gone for 24 hours out of the week. I was also doing these house tasks while I was working that new job, but my mindset had shifted to having all these normally enjoyable house tasks become stressful and hard to keep up with, and I found myself procrastinating and getting behind, which ended up leading to more stress and resentment. I know not everyone has the option of staying home with their kids, and I know there are moms and dads out there who do it all, the career and the housework and raising their family, and I think that's an amazing thing. I personally found myself with no energy, and my joy and contentment were slipping away, and so I made the hard decision to let go of the idea that more money right now would be better for our family than for me to be at home. I do believe one day I will get back into the swing of working regularly, but at this point in our life as a family, it made the most sense for me to do this instead. Christmas is already over, and although I'm the kind of person who needs to take their tree down the day after Christmas, I still enjoy leaving hints of the winter season in my home. I wanted to leave our festive table runner on the table, but I decided to do a simple change of our candlesticks and space them out across the table. Although they're just for decoration, they add a warm and cozy feel to our dining area. We had a lot of cleaning up to do after our busy Christmas season, and the living area always gets hit the hardest as we spend most of our time hanging out here. For my side of the family's Christmas get-together, we had done a Secret Santa gift exchange, but this year was a lot different and a bit more exciting because in the past we had normally just used this website called Elfster, and we were able to put exactly what we wished for on that website, and so everyone knew they were just going to get what they asked for. But this year we decided to pick names out of a hat, and then we had to pick out a few things that we thought that person would like without them asking for it. It brought back feelings of being a little kid and not knowing what I was going to get from my parents. We would all shake the presents and guess what they were going to be by the size of the boxes, and we would even build little forts with them around the Christmas tree. It was also beautiful to hear about the true meaning of Christmas as we gathered for church on Christmas morning. This holiday season slips by so fast, and I keep reminding myself of how blessed we are to be able to get together with our families and enjoy that time together. One of the ways I'm hoping to accomplish a simpler life right now is by simplifying our grocery list and trying to make things from scratch. For example, these homemade granola bars that we can use for a snack at home or to take to work. I also love making my own bread, which saves us a little bit of money each week that I would normally spend on bread from the store. For this delicious granola bar recipe, you're going to need 1 cup of uncooked quinoa, 1 cup of old-fashioned or quick cooking oats, half a cup of chopped walnuts, half a cup of chia seeds, half a cup of ground flax seeds, 2/3 of a cup of creamy peanut butter, half a cup of honey, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of maple syrup, a quarter of a teaspoon of salt, and half a cup of chocolate chips. You're going to want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and then spread the quinoa, oats, walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds on a baking sheet and then bake them until they're lightly toasted for about 10 minutes. You're going to want to melt the peanut butter and the honey in a small saucepan until it's smooth and creamy over medium heat. Whisk in the cinnamon, maple syrup, and salt, and then remove from the heat once bubbles start to form around the edges. You're then going to want to place the toasted quinoa and oat mixture into a large bowl and then pour your melted mixture over top. Using a spatula, just stir the mixture together until everything is evenly combined. After letting the mixture cool for a little while, stir in the chocolate chips and then spread the mixture evenly into a prepared baking dish. Use your spatula to press the mixture firmly into the baking dish. I popped this into the fridge to let it cool off for a few hours, and then it was ready to be cut up into bars. These granola bars were so yummy and they're so healthy.